Good morning, algebra students. Today is Thursday, April 2nd. It's good to see all your smiling faces yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Today, remember I told you yesterday that you need to be able to take a graph. You're going to change it from the graph. We're going to go from graph to vertex to standard to factored form. All right, so let me get the camera going here. You're going to want to copy the graphs. Okay, there's 3 graphs. I made all 3 of them 10 by 10. Let's see. So here's the first one. You are going to want to copy the graphs. So I'll count to about 5 or 7 in my head, and I'm going to move it up. You're going to need to pause the video. There's number 1. Here's number 2. And then number 3 is on the back side of the paper. Looking at this parabola, it's probably a good thing that I'm not a professional parabola drawer, because that one's a little scary right there. Okay. All right, so you should have the 3. All right, so here's the steps we're going to follow. So you're going to want to get these in your notebook as well. So we're going to take the graph. We're going to start by identifying the vertex. We're going to use the vertex to complete the vertex form. We're going to use vertex form. We're going to FOIL to write it in standard form. And then we're going to go from standard form and we're going to factor it. So we're going to go through 3 together, and then I'm going to put 3 on Schoology, okay? And then Friday, you guys are going to have a quiz. All right, so let's refer back to the first graph. So on the first graph, what is the vertex? The vertex for the first graph, I'm going to label this 1. I'll get this situated. Sorry. It's not easy being a left-handed person sometimes. All right, so number 1. So step 1, we're going to find the vertex. The vertex is -1, -9. So we're going to use this to write our standard form. So standard form is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. And this is h, and this is k in our vertex. So we're going to take these and we're going to plug this in. Now remember, when you're doing the h, you're going to do whatever's opposite here. And then, first of all, let me go back to the graph. Let's see if we're going to need, if there is an a. All right, so let's look at this graph. So I'm going to refer back to the shortcut that we used, which was that 1-3-5 rule. So remember, you start on the vertex. The 1-3-5 is you go over 1, up 1, over 1, up 3, over 1, up 5. Okay, so that's following the 1-3-5. So that tells me that A has to be 1. So A is 1. I'm going to write this over here. A equals 1. And I'm going to put a little bubble here for you to think about 1, 3, 5 and how it's moving up the graph. The points are moving. All right, so remember, we're going to go opposite with our h. So y equals, we don't need to put the 1 there because there's an understood 1. So this is going to be x plus 1 squared minus 9. All right, so there's our vertex form. Step 3, we're going to take vertex form and move it into standard form. So we have y equals x plus 1 squared minus 9. So we have y equals x plus 1 times x plus 1 minus 9. So now we just FOIL this. So that's x squared plus x plus 1 minus 9. From here, we're going to do combining like terms. So this should be, this is x squared. I have 1x, 2x. I have a positive 1 and a negative 9. So that is x squared, y equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. And then we're going to do step 4. We're going to take the standard form and we're going to factor it. So y equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. So I need factors of negative 8 that are going to give me a positive 2. So if this is negative, I know one has to be positive and one has to be negative. So I'm going to go 4 and 2. The 2, our b term, is positive. So this one has to be our negative. So we have y equals x plus 4 times x minus 2. And that's all we have to do. So we started with the vertex, used the vertex to put in vertex form, used vertex form to change it to standard form, and we took it from standard form to factor form. And again, you are encouraged to go back, watch the problem again, listen to it again, write down what you need to write down. All right, so let's look at number 2. Number 2. So looking at your vertex, let's identify the vertex. The vertex is going to be -7, -1. That is the vertex. All right, so then we're going to move into vertex form, which is a times x minus h squared plus k. All right, so let's look at the graph and look for, here, I'm going to put this over here. A equals, we're going to come back to that. Let's figure this out. All right, so I'm going over 1, up 1, over 1, 1, 2, 3. Then I'd go over 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if we had this extended. So this is following the 1, 3, 5. So A equals 1. All right, I'm going to tell you to think about 1, 3, 5. Y equals x. So let's look at the vertex. Let's H and K. We want to go opposite of our, oh, wait a minute. This should be 7. So sorry. All right. Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to go opposite of that. So it's going to be x minus 7 squared minus 1. Okay, this actually should have been positive. I really don't want to start the whole video over again, so we're going to go with that. Sorry about the mistake. All right, so now we're going to use our vertex form to convert it to standard form. So we have x minus 7 times x minus 7 minus 1. Remember, we have to FOIL. So x squared minus 7x minus 7x plus 49 minus 1. From here, we need to combine like terms. So we should have y equals x squared minus 14x plus 48. 49 minus 1 is 48. So now we're going to factor x squared minus 14x plus 48. So 48, I need two factors that are going to give me a negative 14, but a positive 48. So that's going to have to be a negative 8 and a negative 6. So y equals x minus 8 times x minus 6. All right, that's number 2. We have one more example to go. One more example to go. All right, number 3. All right, so first of all, let's look at number 3. Let's find the vertex. Vertex for this is going to be negative 4, negative 8. Negative 4, let me write vertex. Negative 4, negative 8. All right, I'm going to give you guys a big clue here because I'm sure you guys are all wondering, what if A has to have a number there? What is that going to look like? So let's look at what happens here. All right, so again, we're going to use the 1-3-5 rule. So if I were to go over 1 and up 1, I should be here. So what that tells me, I'm not landing here. So that means I have an A that's not 1. So let's see here. So I'm going over 1, but I'm going up 2. I'm going over 1 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'd be going over 1 and I'd be going up 10 if we were to continue the graph. All right, so let's look at, I'm going to tell you right now that A is going to equal 2. If you're looking at that, if you think about that 1-3-5 rule, on the graph, we went up 2, we went up 6, and we would go up 10. 2 divided by 1 is 2, 6 divided by 3 is 2, 10 divided by 5 is 2. So it's going up by, it's multiplying by 2. All right, so y equals 2. And we know, I realize I didn't go through any of them that are negative, and you know that because they're all facing up like a smile. We had no down like a frown. So if this were down like a frown, this would be a negative 2. So we don't have a negative, it is definitely positive. All right, so now let me read. Start back here. A times x minus h squared plus k. All right, so there's my h, there's my k. So we identified our A. Okay, now let's do the rest of this. All right, we have a negative 4 here. So remember, you want to go opposite for your H, opposite of what you have there. So that's going to be x plus 4 squared minus 8. So there's our vertex form. So now we're going to take our vertex form and we're going to write it in standard form. So we have 2 times x plus 4 times x plus 4 minus 8. All right, so we need to deal with this first. So that's going to give you x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 16. Okay. Then we'll combine inside the parentheses. And now we're going to distribute this too. So you have 2x squared plus 16x plus 32 minus 8. And then we're going to combine some terms again. So you have 2x squared plus 16x plus 24. Okay. Now we're going to factor 2x squared plus 16x plus 24. All right, I know we distributed the 2, but I'm going to take the 2 back out when we're factoring it. So you have x squared plus 8x plus 12. So I need factors of 12 that are going to give me a positive 8. So that's going to be 6 and 2. So to factor it, it would be 6 times, or 2 times x plus 6 times x plus 2. All right. So those are the 3 examples. Go back, watch it, look at it again, take notes. Reach out if you need me or Mrs. Biansko. We're here to help. And I hope you have a good day. That's it.